And still on the situation in Benue, we have joining us now the former head of information, Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Usman Kukasheka. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank
Brigadier
you.
General, many
Good
thanks
evening.
for joining us. All right, now before peace can be restored through dialogue, which the president is calling for, what can the military do to forestall attacks from reoccurring?
Now, there are quite a number of things, and gladly they have been doing it. Coincidentally, I was in Benue State over the weekend up to Sunday, and I have seen the efforts and what followed after. It is nothing other than continuous constructive engagement with the various stakeholders, security agencies, because the military, there is limit to which they can do. Basically, they are reactive forces based on information they receive and the rest of them. So is to act expeditiously, but beyond that, again, is issue of cooperation and collaboration and intensified surveillance. Take, for instance, on Friday, there was a distress call in which they responded, but unfortunately, they lost 2 of the gallant soldiers and the civil defense personnel, as well as a civilian. So to avert that, there should be an increment in the number, and I'm so happy that the Chief of Defense Staff was there, the Chief of Army Staff, as well as the Chief of Air Staff, and they are deployed mode platform. But the long and short of it is that so much as they will do all these things, there is also need for the other components to do the best they could, but by way of information. And of course, so much, even if you are deploying 1 million military or 1 million policemen, I think there is need for the Benue people to also sit and explore other means of living together, because basically all the problems in that state, in fact, almost everywhere in this country, are internal. Therefore, the solutions are internal. So we should not be looking at the other side. There are serious issues, the borders of governance, youth restiveness, unemployment, and so on. So much as you are thinking about the military, you should also think of those issues that brought about such insistence, conflict, that trigger it. So it is also good to address it, and I'm so happy that the visit of the president has triggered. And of course, he has given them the strategic direction, not just necessarily the security agencies, but even the leadership of Benue State. There are so many stories and so much acrimony. And I hope now everybody will be on the same page and work together, because you cannot fight such an existential threat with a divided house.
Many thanks, Brigadier General. But in your own view, I mean, it's been over 20 years, the situation, this crisis. Why has it been very difficult to quell?
Yeah, well, I think the issue is that when you are dealing with security challenges, you have to look at it holistically. I just talked about triggers and, remote and immediate causes. There are issues that go borders on governance, resource control, and so on and so forth. And of course, we have an army of unemployed youth and, deterioration of the value system, so to speak. And the components of Nigerian societies are no longer speaking to each other or communicating accordingly. Take, for instance, in the years that passed, some of us will have, I think for 9 years, had been traversing right from Enugu or to Ko, Makodi, up to my hometown or to Bayero University in Kano and all the rest. There hasn't been any problem at all. So basically, what went wrong over time? People that have been living together. It is not just Benue State, some other states. And you see the level of inhumanity among Nigerians. Sometimes it is not even the killing, but the manner of killing. And look at what happened in Yelwanta. What is it that you'll be so inhuman to burn down houses that had children and women, helpless people? What is it that has gone over us that we lose that sense of humanity associated with Nigerians? And of course, we have to ask ourselves these critical questions. Where have we gone wrong? So the answers to this question will, to a large extent, point to the solution to this problem. And I'm so happy. The issue of constructive engagement and dialogue, they are very, very important, because in most instances, the security challenges that could easily be dealt with dialogue, mediation, and all the rest. You bring in kinetic, the security forces, there is a limit. Take, for instance, the deployment of the military. It's just that because of insistent internal security challenges and the deployment of the military, whenever you are bringing in the military, all security efforts must have been exhausted to bring in the military. And naturally, the military, they are not they don't bring them to scare people. Rather, they are to shoot and kill, so that they will restore law and order. So we should not lose sight of all this kind of thing. Therefore, it is very important we have the capacity. It's just to talk to ourselves and understand. And you see, the good thing is that right there in Benue State, some of the local government chairmen have started, devising means, bringing in stakeholders. In fact, they have standing mediation
just to restore
and peace
of
and
course.
all the rest.
So
these are some of the issues that that need to be done. And we have the capacity of doing it.
All right. I hope that we get to see all of that play out in Benue State and, of course, in other parts troubled at this time. Many thanks, Brigadier General Usman Kukasheka, former head of Information Nigerian Army. It was a pleasure to have you on News Extra.
Thank you so much.